are going to succeed. Trust me, this is the $1,000,000 lesson I have learned. You continue, you fail, but how long you will fail? One fine day, you have to come out of it. So the very first learning which I am going to share with you with this discipline from this.
Many of you have the high energy, raise your hand, guys.
My real story, my bad. What if I share them, all of them with you? I'll share what I underwent. How did I overcome out of it? And what were the lessons that can be useful for you? Hi, welcome to this Abundance Sources series. I'm Kumar Gaurav, business abundance coach, and today with the result-oriented coaching, I am bringing today something which is nothing to do with coaching. I'm bringing today something with an intention to share with you very, very openly that during my last 19 years, what I had to undergo when I was chasing success, what all the obstacles came in front of me. It was never, it is never overnight success. What all the obstacle you may experience and why I'm sharing them all with you. I'm not sure whether I could share them all, but what all the premium level of learning I came across, I intend to share them all with you today. And why I need to share them with you? Because I don't want that you also tomorrow undergo a similar situation and waste all the time that I had to give in my learning. In fact, you can learn from others, right? Can't you? So that's the very reason how it would make you feel if I'll share all what I underwent. I'll share what all the insight it gave me and how I utilized in my business, in my life to move ahead. So are you ready for this? If you're ready for this, I once again want to welcome you all. Welcome to Abundance Sources series, and stay connected, stay tuned till the end and listen very closely what I am going to share with you today. So I'm not sure that how I'm going to share with you. For that, I believe I'm going to open mind map and I'm going to bring. So what was the very first lesson? Because ultimately it is human tendency to get nervous. It's human tendency to get agitated. It's human tendency to feel irritated and feel stuck. And you ultimately realize that there is no clue and there is no solution of it. But the very first learning I had with continuous problem when they were hitting me, that eventually at the end, only solution remains. So be excited, remain excited that at the end, you are not going to lose everything. You're not going to lose entire. So if at all, if you come across that you are hitting really rock bottom, and that time, if you are thinking to give up, remember this lesson that at the end, you are going to succeed. Trust me, this is the $1,000,000 lesson I have learned. You continue, you fail, but how long you will fail? One fine day, you have to come out of it. So the very first learning, which I'm going to share with you. So no one can, but you don't have to give by your own self. See, the thing is that if you are thinking that you have not, if you have failed and you are concluding it. So let me share my screen first. Okay, and that will be very interesting for you. The lessons, number one, at the end, only solution remains. Ultimately, you are going to succeed until you give up. So if you have not given up and you are thinking that you are continuously failing, Trust me, if you have not given up and you are still failing, it means the end has not yet come. So ultimately, you are going to succeed at the end. So this is the third lesson. No problem will kill you. No problem will kill you. Okay. And if you know this, no problem will defeat you. Okay. So ultimately, what will happen? You will win over. So this is the major learning. You will win over. But to do so, what you need to remember, you need to remember very important thing, and that is this. Don't conclude. Yeah, don't finalize the version. Don't conclude. Why you don't need to conclude? Because if you are on a path where you want to include something big, so don't conclude if you need to include big. So what does it mean? Don't conclude at very small, means whenever you are thinking to conclude, that is the very small result. It could be successful result or means failing result, but that is the very small result. And trust me, if you're trying to conclude over there. So if you need to, if don't conclude if you need to include big. Don't conclude at small in your life. You want to include big in your life. So that's the biggest lesson I had learned, very hard way. This is very, very important. Okay. What is the important lesson? And this I have learned. I spent almost, 19 years to learn this. There is always time to rethink. There is time to rethink. Always you can rethink. You can rethink. Because ultimately at the end, people don't matter for you. Okay. And who matters, they don't mind at you. Okay. So what I said just now, I said that rethink. You can rethink. Okay. You don't need to be shy to rethink. Okay. Why you need to rethink? Because human is the ever-changing spaces. Okay. In fact, not only human, the world is changing super duper fast, right? So world is changing super duper fast in a way that if world is changing super duper fast and you are not in sync with universe, then it means you are doing something wrong. So always and this can be inspired by the fifth one, is that nothing is fixed. Nothing is fixed. When I say nothing is fixed, it means nothing is fixed. It doesn't mean that nothing is fixed, because I'm already telling you nothing is fixed. So when I tell nothing is fixed, it means that is not true. Okay, it means it is not true. What does it mean? It means that this true, what I said, that is, it is not true. In fact, it is not true. In fact, this is also not true. This is not true. I mean to say, never ever fix anything. If someone comes to you and promises you that tomorrow I'm going to do this, just wait. He may practice that for 2 years or 3 years. You never know in 4th year what is going to happen. What will happen when you will do so? You will not develop any hatred. You will not develop any guilt. You will not develop expectation. You will always be neutralized. So ultimately, what you need to do? Remain neutral. Okay? Remain neutral. In the game, eventually what happens, if you are going to try something, you can only win that when you are giving your all. Okay? So at the start itself, be ready in a way that you can give it all. You can give your all. Okay. Don't play in a way that you are giving today 1% and expecting 100% result tomorrow. Okay. Don't play in a way that you are expecting a result today itself, and you are giving just 1% of that. Because if you are really expecting a result, what is going to happen? you will play today in any game. It could be the game of money, it could be game of study, it could be game of any aspiration. Okay, first day you have batted in a way, you have done any activity and you are expecting 100% result out of that. One day, on the very first day, you're not going to get. Second day, what you will do? 1% you had already contributed, you will add one new percent, you will be adding 2%. Eventually, 100th day, you will find that you're giving your 100%. So you have wasted, in fact, the 99 days. Why don't you start giving 100% from starting itself? Because that 100% contribution could take a pause within 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 50 days. You shouldn't have come all the way up to 100 days. Makes some sense? So give it your all. Okay, that's a very important thing. Then, so when you are giving it all, then you need to play at big energy. Okay, big energy. So always having big energy. And another lesson is that something is coming to you, it means it is meant for you. Receive it gracefully. Don't resist that. Okay, because ultimately, if you are resisting that, that is bound to come to you. So it could be any form. It could be someone criticizing you. It could be someone appreciating you. It could be someone offering you something. It could be paycheck. It could be money. It could be, it could be position. It could be anything in life. Okay. So something is coming to you. Acknowledge it gracefully. You don't have to just keep it always. So you have to decide what you are going to do with that. See, there are two things. One, you are receiving something. How you are receiving is important. And the next part of that receipt is what you will do with that is the already next part. Just say yes to all coming your ways. You need to just acknowledge what you are receiving. You don't need to digest that. Why? And it is applicable everywhere. Because sometimes what happens, you see someone behaving in a way that you are not able to digest that. In fact, you don't need to digest that. And when you will follow this learning, you will not even able to judge anyone. So this is very important, and it is relatable again further. So I wanted to write here, don't judge. Okay, don't judge. You don't need to judge yourself. Okay, you don't need to judge anyone. You don't need to judge anything. Because today, something can be steel spoon for you. Okay. Some object can appear as a spoon made of steel, stainless steel, that can be used tomorrow for a rocket. Something can be a needle today that can be utilized tomorrow in the rocket. So don't judge who is playing what. If someone is appearing as a rocket, you don't know. In the sky, it may get exploded and it may convert into ashes. So don't judge. That's a very important learning I had. Never judge. Okay. At the end, practice happiness. Because at the end, you are going to practice. At the end, you will be seeking this only. Okay. Practice happiness. Okay. Because ultimately, you need to practice this. Okay. 17 lessons so far, 18th. At the end, everything is changing. Okay. Learn, otherwise you will get out of the game. So you need to continue to learn. Learn from others. Don't learn by yourself. Okay. Don't learn by yourself. What will happen if you learn by your own self? If you can learn from someone else, you will save money, time, energy, right? You will save money for sure. So, and that you can reuse that. So you need to be resourceful. Okay. Be resourceful. And how will you be resourceful? By applying the 20th number of learning. Okay. This is my major learning. This is ladies can do anything in any universe. That's my major learning. And you must get inspired by this. Okay. You must get inspired by this. You must get inspired by ladies and their power. Okay. They can conquer anything in this world. That I have. So get inspiration from ladies. So whenever I feel stuck, I reach out to my ladies, my lady friends, my lady relatives, and or just to my spouse to seek the solution of that. So get inspiration from ladies and always respect them. Always respect your ladies. Not only your ladies, always respect ladies in your surrounding. Okay. Everyone, in fact, to everyone. Now let's move further. Using mind, you can create anything. So this is very important. This is very important. The 26th one. The 26th one is this. To get it, first visualize it. That's very important learning. Visualize it. Okay. This is very important. Be soft with elderly person. I have learned very hard way. Still, I'm trying to practice it. Okay. What happens, sometimes not everyone lose their ego. Okay. But losing your ego is the biggest win in this planet. And that was my learning. Losing ego is the biggest win. Losing ego is the biggest win. The best learning which you will learn eventually, you are only here for serving. Yeah. You are born to serve. And there is no other reason you are here. Okay. You are only here for one reason. You are born to serve. And this is very important. Forget your past, all the past. Okay. You don't need to carry them. Okay. Otherwise, it will weigh you down. You need to, and this is, you don't need to live in the present. You need to live in now. This is very beautiful. You need to practice to live in now. Okay. And you will remain happy. Easy to say than done. So you need to practice it. Yeah. So practice to live in now. Always. Because this now is so precious that you may keep losing, right? You may keep losing it. And if you may keep losing it, you need to practice it. Because what becomes habituated, it becomes master in that. Okay. It becomes master in that. So if you will practice losing, what is going to happen, the loss will be mastered, okay, by the nature. And okay, so practice to live now, live in now, practice. If you are stuck, ask for help. Okay, don't hesitate. At the end, what will happen? People will be saying no. So my mantra over here is that very important. Asking yourself, maximum what will happen. So be ready for maximum. Be ready for maximum. Means worst. Be ready for worst, and the worst never happens. The worst never happens. Is it making some sense? And these are the treasure for me. Don't play alone. Okay. Bring someone with you. Don't be alone. Don't play alone. Because how much you can play alone? Okay. Don't play alone. Okay. Bring someone with you. But if you want to create something, what will you create? You will first create things in thought. So that for conception, conceptualization happens in loneliness. I mean, not loneliness, I would say. You need to be alone when you need to conceptualize something. Conceptualization is a process done when you are one. What do I mean by this? When you are one, means you are with yourself. You are with yourself. So this is important. Whatever you are vigilant of, is the, in fact, are the answer to your prayer, are the answers to your prayer. So yeah, in whatever situation you are in, you might have prayed for that. And how to prove that? There is a long way. You need to learn how it is true. This is very important. And not much lessons I'm going to share. I'm intending to share every single lesson what I have learned till my age of 43. I'm in my 43rd, and I'll be sharing more 4 lessons with you. So this is very important. Okay. And this is ultimately every action done by others is a support system provided to you. Why? Imagine you're loving someone very, very much. It could be friend, it could be organization, it could be anything. And tomorrow you are out of the game. Initially, how will let you feel it? It will let you feel very, very, in pain. Do you remember what happened when you were 3-year-old? You don't have any memory because you have practiced so much that you are out of that memory. Later, what happens when memory start getting retained in your mind? It becomes very difficult to get out of it. But the moment you start getting and creating the new memory, the older memory start getting faded away, because now the new memories which are building are becoming more and more vigilant and more solid. Your entire focus goes on over there, and you start falling in love with that, and thereby you start falling the past. Why you need to waste so much energy in doing so? Why not to be wise enough by learning this? So this so what happens? So when someone is supporting, okay, so whatever happens, so tomorrow, yesterday you left that organization, that person, and tomorrow you build something new, and that is so much crazy, that is going to help not only you, but also to the masses. You are going to feel proud of that. So in a way, things are supporting you. So develop a habit of reading. Reading solves everything. If you find any time that, in fact, I would say, this is something of Gyan. So I would say like this: reading a page solves. Reading, I would say right reading, not just reading. Right reading solves most of the problem. So ask yourself what you are. So another is very important. Surround yourself with inspiring people, motivated people. Okay. You gain energy when you give that. Okay. So this is, and how will you give that? So to gain the energy from the motivation from your surrounding, you need to pump in those energy. Okay. And this is, you grow till the extent your thought goes. Okay. And this is last one is very, very important. Yeah. This is very important. To gain the result X, be ready to be X plus 6. What does it mean? X plus 6. It means simply that engage all your senses into that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you need to put all the effort which I said earlier, that 100%, more than 100%. So if, as I learned it from John D. Martini, when he said that if you need to create a result for your family, you need to serve to the society. And when you need to create a result for your society, you need to serve to the area where you live in the city. So serve the city. If you need to create result for your city, you need to create, you need to build energy or serve as equal to as your state. And when you build need to build a result for your state, you need to serve for your country. And when you need to build result for your country, you need to serve to the world. And when you need to serve the world, you need to if you want to create result for the world, you need to serve the earth. And when you need to create the result for earth, you need to serve to the entire astronomy. So be astronomical. So that's the thing. I think these are very, very important. So I'm going to quickly read for you. So whatever, so only solution remains at the end. Ultimately, you are going to succeed at the end. No problem will kill you. You will win over eventually. Don't conclude. If you need to include big in your life, you can rethink, use past learning. Then only you can rethink, and then only it is going to help. Okay, because this is what I have applied. And then remember, nothing is fixed. It is not true. And what I said it is not true is also not true. Okay, so because nothing is fixed. So remain neutral in all the situation. You can remain neutral. You can give your all to everything. I gave you 100% example. You need to be in big energy. Just say yes to all coming in your ways, and acknowledge what you are receiving. Just say yes. And you don't always need to digest everything, and don't judge. You don't need to don't judge anything. Practice happiness. Everything changes at the end. Learn, and don't learn by your own self. Be resourceful. Ladies can do anything in any universe. Get inspiration from them and always respect them. You can create anything using mind. To get it, first visualize it. Be soft with the elderly person. Losing ego is the biggest win. You are born to serve. Actually, that's the end goal of anyone's life, I would say. Okay, you are born to serve, and forget your past. Very, very unique gift it is. Live in now. Another amazing gift. Practice to live in now. To get this gift, you need to practice it, and ask for help. People are ready to help you out. Be ready for maximum, and worst never happens. Because what you see in your situation, the worst could be far more than that. Okay. And conceptualization is a process done when you are one. Okay, you are with yourselves. Whatever you are vigilant of are the answers to your prayer. Ultimately, every action is a support to you. Right reading solves most of the problem. You gain energy when you give that. You grow till the extent your thought grows. To gain the result X, be ready to be X plus 6. Thank you so much for listening. Tell me which one is your favorite insight. So these are my treasure developed in last 43 years. Many are more, many are minute learning. There are many, cosmetic learnings. And for that, I want to give this credit to my mentor when he said that it is good to lay down your learning, and this would be good for world. So I thought my world is you. Why not to share this with you? So you write into chat window which one is your favorite one. Anything which is your learning and you want to share with your world, then I would love to read them in the chat section, in the comment section, and I would love to appreciate that, because I said learn from others. So I want to learn from you. Thank you so much for spending this beautiful time and listening to this. You are amazing. You are awesome. If no one told you ever, love, light, blessing, and more power, more energy to you. You were listening to Kumar Gaurav, my personal learning shared with you. Thank you so much. I'm still looking forward to reading your comments. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care. Love you.